These games are ranked by play score, a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. Opening our list is Puzzle & Dragons Z plus Puzzle & Dragons Super Mario Bros. One of Japan's biggest puzzle game meets Japan's most iconic character. Two puzzle-fueled RPGs come together as one, with Mario shaping to save Princess Peach back-to-back with the battle against the 5 Great Sky Dragons. Puzzle & Dragons is no ordinary match 3 puzzle game. Instead of moving adjacent orbs, you can and drop it to your desired position, so you can unleash powerful attacks with your combos. Stack them against an array of monsters, from the Goombas and the Koopas of Mario's world to the Pazudora's gigantic beasts. Unlike the mobile game, the game includes a large overworld for their RPG heroes to explore. Build your team and dive into dungeons, because this game has a play score of 8.07. 9 is Scribblenauts Unlimited. What if you had the power to create everything? Well, wonder no more, because 5th Cell's emergent action puzzler lets you do just that. Enter Maxwell's world and solve each of the puzzles with whatever object you can think of. Fighting against your arch nemesis? Think up some rockets and vaporize the The only limit is your imagination. With this return, the series takes a more open approach, giving players a large overworld to discover and explore. Collect some precious starites by taking on quests and helping out a few troubled citizens. It's a fun little adventure game that lets you exercise your creative juices, making it a great game for adults and kids alike. It has a play score of 8.08. 8th is Mighty Switch Force. Following WayForward series of 3D's hits is a puzzle platformer that might fill that Mega Man void in your hearts. The third in the Mighty series, play as a cyborg police officer tasked to deliver justice to a group of convict escapees. While you are allowed to blast monsters out of the way, the true puzzle comes in switching out blocks depending on your needs. Climb your way out of a pinch, trap foes and eliminate them, or bridge explosive foes to their targets. It's definitely more puzzle than platformer, as you take on a variety of challenges in 16 different incidents. Get switching with a play score of 8.27. 7th place is Box Boy, a masterclass in game design. This 3DS gem teaches us the value of thinking outside and inside the box. Part Mario and part Tetris, engage in a blocky platforming adventure with QB as he ventures around his monochrome land in a quest to save the world. Despite his lack of limbs, QB's got a few nifty tricks up his metaphorical sleeves that will help you traverse each of the game's tricky stages. Sprout boxes from his body to hook onto other platforms, slither away from deadly spikes, and shield away from harmful lasers. With each ability introduced effectively in each stage, navigating through its 15 puzzling worlds is delightfully addicting. It doesn't look like much, but it packs a variety of challenges and a whole lot of charm. It has a play score of 8.31. 6th is Mario and Donkey Kong Minis on the Move. The platforming superstars are taking a break from their athletic endeavors to partake in an adventure of a more contemplative nature. Nintendo's twist on the classic Pipe Mania, watch their icons take on their miniature selves as they try to cross a grid full of deadly obstacles. Guide them through the map using directional tiles that appear at random. It has a race against time aspect, where you have to lay enough tiles on the grid or risk losing helpful ones to a time-ticking bomb. If its puzzles are too easy for you, you can always head to the game editor to create your own map. While it's not your usual Mario vs Donkey Kong, this break from their usual programming is a welcome puzzler for all their fans. It has a play score of 8.36. 5th is Picross 3D Round 2. A sequel to the Nintendo 2DS classic back in 2009, Round 2 offers more than enough puzzles to find that little object hidden behind a bunch of numbers. Nintendo's game applies Picross rules to 3-dimensional puzzles. Players must think and analyze over 300 puzzles. It still has the same rules compared to the previous game, but players can now consider 2 colors, blue for straight square blocks and orange for curved and can cut out. With the Nintendo tagline, Round 2 is amiibo supported, adding a selection of 10 additional puzzles in each amiibo used. Critics love the game for its design, complexity, and variety. It receives a play score of 8.69. 4th is Professor Layton vs Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Level 5 Games and Capcom brings together 2 of the most iconic servants of justice in Nintendo history. Just like both of the series' formula, it's a visual novel adventure that requires careful thinking and listening. In this game, both geniuses are transported into a strange world due to a young girl. Together they work to uncover the mysteries behind its grim atmosphere. Divided into 2 separate scenarios, players can control both characters with different goals. Professor Layton deals with finding clues to piece together evidence, while Phoenix Wright aids accused witches on the court. Its complementary style of mood and its story were praised by the fans. However, the crossover was a bit of a letdown. Nonetheless, it is a play score of 8.74. Third place is Pushmo. Set in a world created by a kind inventor, follow adorable little Pushmos as they use their skills of pushing, pulling, and jumping to solve puzzles. However, a mysterious trickster is throwing little children into its world. It's up to these little creatures to save them. The game has over 200 puzzles. Players climb a variety of towers that require careful planning. They must push, pull, climb, and basically do anything to save these troubled children. Additional features include a customizable map so that players can create their own adventures and share it to their friends. Its sequel though, Crashmo, receives a lower play score. Either way, Pushmo has a play score of 8.75. Second is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, the fifth in Capcom's visual novel adventure. The Ace Attorney faces against a dark era in legal history. Continuing the tale of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, defend clients against a new world of fabricated evidence and false accusations. Use your cognitive senses to sniff out the truth in the game's sea of lies. The game continues with the return of Apollo Justice and the introduction of psychoanalysis expert Athena Sykes. Test out your newfound psychoanalytic expertise in cross-examinations and find out who's lying. Check for visual cues, use psych locks, and detect conflicting emotions. Save your clients and the world with your triple threat defensive team. Press, present, and punish. It is a play score of 8.76. Here are the runners-up before we reveal the number one. Pingo 2. Every Picross fanatic would love this. Create small pictures by solving puzzles. It receives a play score of 8.04. Well, Reflect. According to them, it's all about logic and relaxation. It's beautiful with its own handcrafted art style. It has a play score of 7.99. Tokyo Crash Mobs. Strange and so Japanese. This puzzle game uses FMVs to portray their characters. It receives a play score of 7.99. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. Guide the plumber and the ape through a series of gaps with bridges and ramps. It's the adorable fight of the ages with a play score of 7.91. Brain Age Concentration Training. The fourth major entry in their Brain Age series. Nintendo wraps up the volume with memory and concentration games. It has a play score of 7.89.
You can get these games right now by clicking the link in the description box below.
And the best 3DS puzzle game is Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. This fifth entry of the renowned Professor Layton series takes you to the mystical journey of an ancient knowledge. Professor Layton returns in a whole new case to uncover. However, danger runs amok in every corner and our dear professor needs all the help he can get. Just like the previous games, it's a visual novel adventure that paces the game in narrative format. Aside from that, players also solve a multitude of various puzzles that block the professor's path. With the 3DS's touch controls, players can easily navigate through the game's story and puzzles. It was Level 5's best-selling game since release. The game was lauded for its story, characters, and soundtrack. It receives a play score of 8.84.